morning. It's the weekend. Well, almost. Today's Friday, and then it's the weekend, but this is the weekend card reading for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I'm going to start it with a miracle moment. So, these two books I've owned for several years. And I thought I had loaned them out to somebody a little over a year ago. And I checked with that person and they didn't have it. So I thought, okay, I must have done something with them. I've been looking for them for over a year. Okay. And yesterday morning, as I was finishing my meditation and prayer, I was just really heartfelt. I was like, please just let whoever has these books return them to me. I'll be so thankful. Amen. And then I let it go. Totally let it go. And last night, my husband was cleaning out his shop and he brought in this box that had speakers and these aura photos and just a whole bunch of other things. But at the bottom of that box that had been in his shop were these two books. So prayer was answered immediately, well, within 12 hours. And I was just surprised it was my husband that was the culprit. And actually, that's not fair. Somehow, a box with my stuff had ended up out in his shop, so I was the culprit. But regardless, the prayer was answered. I have the books. I am very excited. So, this weekend, we're going to be looking at the Osho Zen Tarot and the Angel Answers Tarot. And so, seems to be a little bit of what I'll just call spiritual competition, which is, I guess another way to put it would be conflicting belief systems or conflicting priorities wanting your attention. And it's really kind of about, it's about setting you choosing what the priorities are and setting them out so that they're not competing and pulling on you. It's instead of them all being equal and it's like, nope, this one is first, then that one, then that one, then that one. And when you take the time to set the seniority on them, then they stop being in competition and oftentimes actually will work together. So, but until you do that, there seems to be a lot of distraction and a lot of can't get anything done. I don't know which one. All right. So may it be the blessings of the Supreme Being that whatever happens in this card reading will benefit each of us in our spiritual growth, awareness, and understanding. And that whoever needs to see this message will find it in divine timing. So looking at the weekend, today, tomorrow, and Sunday. I think it's just going to be one card from here. So, laughing because I sometimes get mental images in the middle of shuffling. Looks like we're doing a triangle today. Okay. So when we do triangles, the three energies work together and they interact. And then the card in the middle kind of anchors them. That's what it's about. So we have aloneness, slowing down, and receptivity. So it looks like, I'm just going to try to hold them up in the triangle that they are. So it looks like it's time to take a time out this weekend, to spend some time with yourself in meditation, to spend some time relaxing, and to really let your inner voice and your guides, your guardian angels, God, speak to you and be receptive to the ideas that you hear, to really connect and be with yourself. And that can be sometimes difficult on a weekend, especially if you've got family events going on or different things planned. So it doesn't mean that you have to not go to those events. It just means to make sure to make space in and around those for you to have your time to really connect with your own spirit, your higher self, God of your heart, and listen. So, and the card in the center, the angel answers, communicate clearly. I think this goes back to that spiritual competition, and it could also be, I'm seeing just family competition too. Just the things that are important to you and the things that you want to accomplish, you have to lay out for yourself and for other people involved or those around it what your expectations are, what's important to you, what order you're going to do things in, how it's going to happen. And so what I'm seeing is that in order for you to know that, in order for you to be able to set that out and communicate clearly, you're going to have to spend some time really praying and meditating about it. What is my top priority? What is second? What is third? What is fourth? How are these elements going to come together? How does it affect people? And how am I going to communicate to them from my heart clearly, concisely, how to do it. And some of you know the communication tools energetically, and so if you do, I encourage you to remember to use those this weekend. And if you don't, it's a lot about intention. Setting your intention to have clear communication, that what you say will be heard in the way that you mean it to be heard, and that you hear back. You can receive communication back clearly in the way that it is meant. So that's the reading for this weekend. Take some time in amongst all of your activities for yourself to really be able to connect, hear, set your communication, set your priorities, clear out that competition. Have a great weekend.